ABC6 is helping you stick to your New Year's resolutions. So if one of your priorities is health in the new year, listen up. Joining us live this morning is Dr. Navia Mysore. She is the medical director of women's health at Nurex. Good morning. Happy New Year to you, doctor.
Good morning, Kara. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us again. Okay, so everybody's really talking about health on social media right now. We've got trends surrounding mouth taping. We've got people trying to get rid of cortisol phase and weight loss. Of course, that's one that kind of spans across all demographics. So you want to try and maybe bust a couple of the myths or tell us which one of these trends are good or not so much?
Yeah, totally. I really do love the new year. It's a chance for change and the hope of everything that's possible. I also feel like New Year's resolutions can feel overwhelming, and I often suggest breaking it down into these small micro goals, like small adjustments that you can make in your life that can significantly help your physical and mental well-being. I have about four, and I think they're gonna bust some of these myths, but more specifically, really going into the bread and butter of our habits, right? So my number one is aim for more sleep in 2025. We try to get in at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, leads to overall improved cognitive function, heart health, stronger immunity, better weight management, and emotional resilience. Improved sleep hygiene is the best way to sort of approach this. And when I talked about those micro goals, I'm really talking about like powering down 30 minutes earlier than you typically do, cutting out that afternoon coffee or switching to decaf, keeping your bedroom temperature comfortable and cool, making sure it's not too hot. Those are some of the smaller examples to really like key in to making some of those changes.
And then when you adjust your sleep, obviously that might help you with getting some of those bags out from under your eyes, which some people may be seeking some medical help for. But I think it could also help with weight loss. Is that true?
Absolutely, absolutely. The more you sleep, the better your basal metabolic rate is, and the more likely that your exercise and the food that you're taking in is going to burn at the appropriate rate. And so sleep is super, super important for that.
All right.
The second one I wanted to go into actually leads into that is really sort of focusing on your diet and adding more exercise into your weekly schedule. So when you think about diet, right, like whole foods, so thinking about leafy greens, lean proteins, omega 3s. And the one thing I'll say is that people tend to think an all or nothing, right? It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You absolutely can enjoy your ice cream that you want, right? That you want your weekly ice cream, make it a reward, have an 80-20 approach to how you think about some of these changes. That all or nothing isn't sustainable and it's just going to be harder to keep. And when you think about moderate exercise, that is so helpful also for weight management, alleviating stress, and so essential for women for the prevention of osteoporosis or weakening of the bones. Current guidelines suggest about 120 minutes of moderate intensity cardiovascular exercise with 1 to 2 days of weight training included in that. That could be like you could do 90 days and 90 minutes on one day and then 30 minutes on another day. And
Okay.
that could be your 20, or you could do a little bit all throughout the week. Totally fine how you split it up. And examples of exercise that you can bring to that would be more like running or a brisk walk
Right.
outside,
Got to
getting
get
on
those
the
steps
bike,
in.
going for a swim. Yeah.
And so we've heard sleep, we've got weight management, we've got stress management, we've got 30 seconds. Give us that last tip.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Two really quick ones. Mental health self-care. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling? How's your mental health? Are you taking enough time for your self-care? I really can't state this enough that like we need to make sure that people are aware of the symptoms of anxiety and depression. And if you are struggling with those symptoms, reach out to your primary care doctor for support. And my last one is reflecting on your own health and your life goals. based on the stage of life that you're in. So, if you're a teenager, 20s, 30s, 40s, each decade really has its unique set of challenges. Taking time to educate yourself with
Right.
evidence-based information,
Mm-hmm.
right? As opposed to information or trends that we're hearing on social media is so, so important.